Hi friends, hope you're whelmed. I hope you're staying out of the heat and wearing sunscreen, but if you've decided to stay indoors for now, Steam's summer sale is going through July 10th, and a lot of amazing indie games are available at incredible prices. I'll be honest, this year's sale feels a little bit lackluster, but that doesn't mean bargains can't be had, and at least you can't melt into a sky-high style puddle while you're gaming. If you've been here before, some of these might be familiar to you, and if you're on the fence, maybe this will help you decide to buy or at least try something new to you. Before we get into it though, here's your daily reminder to drink some water. I've organized everything by price. Of course, these are the Canadian prices, so check each game's individual Steam page for an accurate local price. I'm currently playing Tavern Talk and absolutely in love with it. I'm nowhere close to finished, and I snagged the Tempest Tantrum DLC during the sale because it's just that good. This D&D inspired conversation sim sees you running a bar in the Ashen Grove, piecing together rumors to post up quests that attract adventurers. Those adventurers then turn to you for, well, conversation and libation. While your main job is slinging magically infused drinks at willing patrons, be aware that the beverages you choose have real consequences, determining the fate of your heroes, and ultimately the ending you get. I'm having so much fun with this, and I'm trying to take it slow so it's not over. I was surprised at just how rich and layered the story is. The characters feel human, their interactions with you and each other have depth, and I laughed every time Rhea made an NPC joke. I don't know, Tavern Talk just feels like the perfect way to spend a weekend, especially if you're not feeling well, or you just need to unwind and want to feel the warm hug of a good story wrapping around you while your imagination is seamlessly engaged. If you have a disability that affects your hands, I also really recommend this. There's a lot of pointing and clicking, but nothing relies on agility or precision. The only thing that took some getting used to was pouring drinks, but if you sort of pull your hand back and don't grip your mouse too tightly, it's a breeze. If I haven't already convinced you, Tavern Talk has a demo, where the quality and TLC put into this cozy adventure more than speaks for itself. It's definitely worth full price, so at 30% off, it feels like a steal. Next, I fully acknowledge that it may be hasty to call Ova Magica my absolute favorite farming sim, especially when it's still in early access, and I have an impressive backlog of farming sims I haven't even started. But honestly, so far it's ticking all my boxes, even the ones I didn't know I had. A brightly colored crossover between a farming sim, a creature collector, and a monster taming cozy game, this game feels like it has everything. But not in the way that it hypes up empty promises and fails to deliver. Instead, Ova Magica exceeds expectations as a true work of heart. If you love fleshed out NPCs, an engaging active world with lots of festivals, and a long to-do list that will keep you busy for hours, this is the game for you. If you were enamored by Pokemon, Digimon, or Monster Rancher as a kid, Ova Magica will feel like an especially nostalgic treat. But even if it's your first time playing a game like this, you'll have a great time. If I could suggest one game to treat yourself with over the sale, it would be this one. It's 25% off, which isn't the deepest discount, so do yourself a favor and try the demo. You'll get a special blob from the dev by trying it out anyway, and then you can make sure you're paying for something you love by trying before you buy. 2025 has been an excellent year for me in terms of cozy games. Love Ghosty was my first favorite of the year, and I'm patiently waiting for news of an expansion pack or spin-off because of how adorable it was. You enter the afterlife, only to discover that ghosts work as matchmakers for the living. You've been assigned to couple up roommates in the manor you haunt by leaving gifts from one sweetheart to another, and scheduling dates to help the relationship progress. Over time, you'll watch each of your matches go from tentative strangers to friends to romantic partners who will ultimately move out together, making space for a new pair of roomies to fall in love. You can mix and match every single character in the game, meaning replayability is built in. It's just a really cozy, heartfelt, and relaxing way to wind down after a long day. Plus, as someone who's not good at romance in games, it's nice that this one basically takes your hand and makes sure everyone has a happily ever after. I definitely have my favorite pairings, but it's always fun trying out odd couples. At 25% off, it's just under the $20 mark, so it's a cute, lovey-dovey, and fairly inexpensive way to pass the time that I know you'll love. I feel like a lot of people found my channel through my Ranch of Rivershine tips and tricks video, and if you're one of them, hi! I swear this game isn't my entire personality, but I can see how it feels like it sometimes, since I've made multiple videos over its time in early access. That said, if you haven't listened to me ramble on about Ranch of Rivershine, a cozy, cartoonish horse ranching sim that lets you play at your own pace and get comfortable with the daily grind of caring for, training, breeding, and racing horses, now's the perfect time to swoop in and grab it. It's fully released, 25% off, and absolutely worth it for the sheer amount of content and playtime you get out of it. I think everyone has an inner horse girl, regardless of age or gender, and this is the perfect present to honor her. But if you want a really good look at Rivershine's mechanics, since it doesn't have a demo, you can check out the video where I spent 30 in-game days trying out the full release and absolutely loving it. At 50% off, I Was a Teenage Exocolonist is the best deal on this list. It's a game I've mentioned in passing, but make no mistake, it's one of my favorites. It's also one of the most creative role-playing games I've ever experienced, where almost every single decision feels like it weighs a ton, and the consequences are far-reaching, even if they're not immediate. Also, it can get pretty messed up, so please check content warnings. Even though it's a single-player adventure, I prefer to play with friends. That's also why I'm looping trailer footage to show you. I don't want to spoil anything, and if this is going to be your first playthrough, the less you know, the better. It does have a deck building mechanic you can turn off, and also the soundtrack is sublime, so you might want to snatch that up too. But knowing nothing about the actual story is the best way to experience it. It's more painful that way. As always, this one has a demo for you, and out of all the games I've mentioned today, aside from Ova Magica because playing the demo gets you free stuff, you'll absolutely want to try it and make sure Exocolonist is something you vibe with. Last but certainly not least, we've got the game in the intro, Urban Jungle. I lost my save data when I had to reformat my computer, and I was weirdly sad about it. But I recently picked it up again, and it's just as relaxing as it was the first time. I'm actually shocked that more people don't talk about this one because to me, it's perfect for both new and veteran cozy players alike. Urban Jungle follows Ai through the trials and tribulations of growing up with one goal: turn every one of her living spaces into a lush greenscape to reflect her passion for plants, even if no one else understands it. Honestly, it's so chill, and if you're used to playing freemium games on your phone just to turn your brain off, this is a great alternative that won't constantly be shoving new transactions or predatory purchases in your face. The devs are updating pretty regularly with new plant varieties, and there's even a creative mode where you can decorate how you want without worrying about reaching a point threshold to move forward. It's currently 25% off. I know that's not the biggest break, but I'm really happy with it, and if I had to, I'd definitely buy it again. If you made it this far, thanks so much. Your likes, subscribes, and comments help the channel so much. Now I want to know, what games are you buying in the summer sale? I already made most of my purchases, but I always love seeing what other people got too. I'm searching for the perfect anime game over on Blue Sky, so if you're not following me there, give it a look. I hope you're enjoying your new games, and I'll see you next time.